Guys, it's 4:30. We're at 2,841 meters, and everyone is struggling a little bit.
It's been a long time since I last stood on a mountaintop. After traveling across Indonesia, I found myself missing that feeling that only the mountains can give. As my journey across Java continues, this adventure takes me from Jakarta to Cirebon, where the highest peak in West Java awaits. But this time, I'm not hiking alone. Together with my team, we'll take on Mount Ciremai, rising 3,078 meters above sea level. Inilah Gunung Ciremai.
Selamat pagi, guys. It is 6:30. It is a Monday morning. It's cloudy and it's time to go on another trip. So for this trip, we're actually not gonna be bringing Garuda because where we are going is gonna be a little bit difficult to bring him. So today we're gonna take the train to Cirebon because yes, we're gonna be hiking. We're so excited, all of us. We haven't been hiking for a long time. So let's grab the gear, let's go to Gambir station and let's take the train. Let's go. Garuda, see you next time. Yes.
I've now lived 6 years in Indonesia, 3 of them in Jakarta. And while I love this city, it's always nice to get a bit out of it for a while. So we drove to Gambir station in central Jakarta. Normally we take a car for the luggage, but as we were now taking the train, we had to carry all 60 kilos ourselves. There we met up with the rest of my team. We already bought the tickets online, but unless you book them through the Kai application, you still need to print a physical ticket at the station. And the price for the executive ticket is 220,000 rupiah, around $12 US.
Okay, 9 o'clock. We made it. We're inside the train. We bought the executive class ticket and yeah, looks nice, clean. Now we have 3 hours to Cirebon, so now I will put up my feet here and I will recline my seat and I will see you guys in 3 hours. Aman ya? Ya, aman. Istirahat dulu.
And it turns out, even though you travel with a lot of luggage, it's very convenient when traveling by train in Indonesia.
When you arrive here at Cirebon station, there are so many porters and all of them really wanted to carry some things, so we got 5. Oh, I could just tell they were fighting who gets to carry the luggage, who gets to get the 30,000 rupee, the $2 each. So you know what? Yeah, we're getting 5. Aman ya? We are now on our way to the resort. It's called Desa Alamanis, yeah? Yes, and it looked really good on the photos. It is not too far from the mountain, and we're gonna go there now, unpack our things, and get a bit of rest before the hike. Actually, normally when we arrive at a destination, I'm so tired because I'm riding on Garuda. But this trip, yeah, we almost arrived at the destination and I'm not completely sweaty, not completely exhausted. This is a new kind of traveling from Sabang to Merauke for me. Yeah, I'm afraid I will like it too much and just leave Garuda at home. No, I'm kidding. I miss Garuda already, but it's quite nice. Keliling dari Sabang sama Merauke pakai Alphard. We've made it to Desa Alamanis. Let's check in dulu. Bapak, saya kenal saya Chris.
We were then welcomed by the Desa Alamanis team and their manager Ibu Made with a unique looking drink, something I will learn more about later. And as Ibu Made is originally from Bali, she invited us to try ayam betutu, a traditional Balinese dish. And I have to say, it was every bit as delicious as the version you'd get in Bali. But what really sets this resort apart from many others in West Java is that it's designed to make you feel completely surrounded by nature, with lush trees and tropical plants everywhere.
Wow, it looks nice. Oh. Okay, I think we choose the right place, yeah? Nanti music, bintang, joget. Just no bintang and no joget, but wow, it looks good. Phew. Ada gym juga.
One of the things I really like about this resort is that no two rooms are exactly the same. Every room has its own character, with reclaimed wood and traditional Indonesian design, creating a warm, cozy atmosphere. Even the bathroom follows the same natural design, featuring reclaimed wood and a sink carved from a single piece of solid rock. As we had some long days ahead of us, I thought I would rest for a bit, but it seemed my team had other plans for us. Instead of the usual poolside cocktail bar, this resort has a noodle bar instead. Very Indonesian touch, and the perfect place to enjoy an afternoon snack with my team. As our meals would be fairly simple over the next couple of days, we headed next door to the Alamanis Restaurant for our last delicious dinner together, overlooking the lights of Cirebon City. But before we began our hike, I first wanted to learn a little bit more about Cirebon.
Selamat pagi. It is 10 minutes to 6 and we're up early this morning because the manager here of Desa Alamanis told us yesterday, if you want the best view, you have to be there maybe 5:30 by the pool. And we were here at 5:30 and it was still very dark. So it's a little bit covered by the clouds, I think that's why, but the sun is slowly coming up. So we are here to enjoy it with a cup of coffee. And the plan today is to get ready for the hike tomorrow. We're also going to be heading into the city because my team leader Wika told me that the food here in Cirebon is amazing. So we have to try that before we go to the mountain tomorrow. So yeah, at least now we're getting used to getting up early. Tomorrow it'll be even earlier and then summit day. So yeah, we have to get used to it. But now, kopi dulu, menikmati the view. Yes.
It turns out you can actually see Mount Ciremai right from this resort. It made me realize just how small we really are, especially knowing we would soon be standing at the very top of it. Every corner of the resort is filled with handmade decorations, cultural artifacts, and vintage antiques. The resort also offers a variety of cultural experiences. And one of them is learning how to make tea from the bunga telang, also known as the butterfly pea flower. After picking the flowers, we use the driest petals to make the tea. Rich in antioxidants, the petals were soaked in hot water, slowly releasing their signature deep blue color. Then the lemon juice and sugar syrup was added, transforming the tea from deep blue to this vibrant purple.
Aman.
Wow. It looks agak bahaya, but ternyata it's very healthy. Yes dulu.
Segar.
Segar. Enak banget. Wah, it's really fresh. and it's a good mix with the madu ini, yeah? With the honey, the sweetness, and the sour from the lemon juice. Ah, really nice. And cold. I like that it harus pakai es batu ya.
Lebih enak.
Lebih enak ya, lebih segar. Ah. Wah. Atur nuhun.
Shortly after, breakfast was served in a traditional Sundanese style, with local dishes like tempe orek, fried chicken, fried potatoes. Let's just say frying is definitely popular here. It couldn't have been more different from the breakfast I grew up with in Europe. But it was the perfect way to start the day by the pool. With that, we set out to explore Cirebon. And I've been told that Pasar Kanoman is a place we couldn't miss.
I think we've made it to Pasar Kanoman, yeah?
It was buzzing with activity, and you can find everything from fresh fruits to seafood, even freshly baked snacks for less than $1.
Chocolate, 11,000 from Cirebon. Enak atau enggak?
And this is one of my favorites. Bread filled with butter, cheese, and chocolate.
Enak coy. No.
I then spotted one of Indonesia's most iconic forms of transportation, the becak, a bicycle taxi. And I asked one of the drivers why he'd never switched to a motorcycle. And he simply smiled and told me he's been riding his becak for 32 years. And there was no way he was changing. And as if the day couldn't get any better, I met one of my local subscribers.
Yeah, okay. And now Wika have told me we need to try a special snack here from Cirebon called Tahu Gejrot. Gejrot. I think I'm saying it correctly. Let's go. The only thing that is a little bit worrying is that it is obviously street food, and it's very important that we don't get what we call here sakit perut before our trip tomorrow, upset stomach. But Wika is telling me it's aman, so hopefully it's aman. Selamat pagi, Pak. Boleh saya pesan satu porsi tahu gejrot?
Mau pedas sedang?
Pedas boleh. Satu porsi berapa, Pak? 12. Okay. What is the meaning of gejrot? Oh. Seperti geprek.
Ya.
Geprek is more
Adiknya geprek.
Gejrot is ulang.
Oh, like when I make the sambal
Yes,
in the last video.
Yes.
My amazing sambal.
Yeah. And then the sauce is from palm sugar, tamarind,
Union, bawang putih.
shallots, and memang ada bawang putih, Pak.
Ada bumbu kita pakai bumbu.
Terima kasih. Atur nuhun.
Gejrot.
Yes, cheers.
Air gejrot.
Nah. Actually, it's a lot more sweet than I expected. I thought it would be more spicy and salty, but very sweet, almost dessert sweet, and pedas from the chili. Yeah, I like it. Would I eat a whole plate like this? Probably not. But as a snack on the table with some other food, yeah. How lagi bro? Silakan.
Silakan. Terima kasih. You want the drink?
Yes, please. Pedas.
This snack is definitely unique, and I think you will either love it or absolutely hate it. And judging by my team's reaction, there wasn't much in between.
Jack.
But this snack would definitely make a lasting impression on me, something I would realize a bit later. After trying Tahu Gejrot, it was time for lunch, and Cirebon is actually known as one of Indonesia's culinary capitals.
So, in this restaurant, it's like a canteen. So you walk up here and then there's a lot of different options, and then you make yourself a plate and find a place to sit and eat. So, it's a lot of different options here. But now it's my turn, so I better make a plate. So many options. Telur ceplok balado, telur bulat, ketchup, cabai hijau, It's good. Carbo loading dulu. Jadi, totalnya? Ya, oke.
25, kembalinya 25.
Iya, oke. Terima kasih. Ayo kita makan lagi. It's makan siang time here in Cirebon and we've made it to nasi jamblang. Jamblang is a small area here in Cirebon and what makes it unique is they use this thick leaf here in the bottom that gives the rice a special aroma. So I have just taken telur sambalado. Yeah. And tempe orek. Alright. And Ega, what have you taken?
Is ikan tuna, bakwan jagung, sambal sama sate udang.
Wah, it looks good. Porsi ini berapa?
Porsi itu berapa tadi ya?
30-an
Ya,
mungkin.
30 ribuan.
Nah, and my portion was only 25,000. So, yeah, not even $2 lah. Cheap. Ayo, kita tes makan. Tes dulu. I'm excited to see how sweet it is. Actually, I prefer if lebih asin, lebih pedas. Wah ya. Lebih manis.
Guys.
Pedas juga. Nah, so before we go on the hiking trip tomorrow, we need to bring a lot of snacks. So I told the guys, just buy whatever you want. Just make sure that we have plenty enough. Because I know once you get on the mountain and you're tired, you're sweating, it's nice to have something sweet and salty. But since yesterday we've been eating so much food, it feels like my food is still up here. So I told them, you belanjar, I bayar, and then tomorrow we go.
Chris, cukup.
So, it turns out you can get pretty sick from eating street food in Cirebon. The only thing we had just prayed wouldn't happen. Already when we were in the city earlier, I was feeling so tired and I was feeling hot, and then when we came back to the hotel, I just started feeling really bad. So this afternoon I've just been trying to sleep because I've been feverish, I've had massive headache, my stomach has been not good without going into too many details. But yeah, right now I'm feeling not too sehat, not too healthy. And it is almost 8:30. I haven't finished packing my things. So I pray that with a bit of food provided here by the resort, they've been so good, pancakes and bread and fruit and coconuts. With that, I will feel a lot better when we wake up tomorrow morning because we start at 6 o'clock. We have to leave the resort. So wish me luck, guys, and let's pray that we can hike tomorrow. Good night. Selamat pagi. So it is 20 minutes to 6 and luckily we are ready to do hiking today. I'm feeling better. My body is a little bit tired, don't have so much energy, but I got a good sleep, so we're gonna go for it today. Fingers crossed, good weather, everything will be good today, everyone is healthy, and yeah, let's go hike Gunung Ciremai. Gas. Okay, this is our taxi. Pagi, Pak? Pagi. Barang? Ya. Oke. Berapa menit ke base camp dari sini? 1 jam. Oke, 1 hour in this car. Okay. And just for transparency, we have to pay 200,000 per person to go here from the resort to the base camp or to the registration post. So yeah, 1 million. Exciting. Oh, mantap. Okay, yuk, gas. God, you ready?
Ready, bro.
Before hiking Mount Ciremai, everyone is required to undergo a basic health check and provide medical history if any health issues. These are part of the requirements for obtaining a Simaxi hiking permit. The good news is that the medical checkup is already included in the Simaxi fee that you'll pay at the base camp.
So actually right now, I trust in Egan. We have to submit the Simaxi, something like this, the license or approval for us to be able to hike up the mountain. Wika has already coordinated this in advance because actually it's not very easy to get the access to document with big cameras like we're doing today. Actually, normally you have to pay, I think it's like 20 or 30 million just to be able to bring cameras like ours. But luckily we have the support from the Kementerian Kehutanan, so they support our projects. So luckily we don't have to pay such a massive fee to document in the national parks. So thank you to the Kementerian, we appreciate it.
At the base camp, we met up with the porters. Because since our group was quite large and we had a lot of gear, I decided to hire local porters. It's also a great way to support the local community. So while the team and the porters were packing, I took a quick moment to place my sticker on the base camp wall, just like many hikers had done before me before starting their journey. We then had a short briefing with the team and the porters, as I always want to make sure we have a sweeper, the last man who makes sure no one falls behind. We had Pa Robbie from the national park who would join us as well, and I know from experience that porters always love if you bring them a few packs of cigarettes.
Hatur nuhun. Thank you. Okay, yes. Okay, it's 9:30 and we're now on our way to Pintu Rimba, the entrance gates. We are already at 900 meters elevation and we're going to 3,078. It's gonna be a long day. I think according to the maps there are 8 pos and then the puncak, the top. And our goal today is to get to Pos 8 because from Pos 8 to the puncak it will take 2.5 hours. But even this part, just riding up to the Pintu Rimba, is an experience. Whew.
The ride to the forest entrance is quite an adventure in itself. The road is very narrow, steep, and full of rough sections, so we had to hold on tight. Luckily, the beautiful scenery along the way made the ride well worth it. Before reaching the forest entrance, we had to switch vehicles because the road became too rough for our car. So we transferred to a larger truck that was much better suited for the terrain. And safe to say, it was a bumpy ride. And about 1 hour later, we had finally arrived at the entrance gate.
Okay, it's 10:30. We have arrived at the Pintu Rimba, the entrance gates. The porters, they have already started. We are starting a bit late. We will still make it, but it's time to go to 3,078 meters. So now only one thing left to do. Let's start our hike. Hey guys, yes, let's go. Let's go.
For this hike, I had hired 2 extra porters to help collect trash along the trail. But as we started, I noticed there are already signs encouraging hikers to help keep the mountain clean.
Oh, it's so fun. It's always, when we plan these hiking trips, so excited. And then, as you've walked the first 5-10 minutes, you're like, okay, you realize how long a day it's gonna be. Oh, are you in shape, Masfaris?
Of course I'm in shape.
But we're lucky with the weather today because it's cloudy, or the mountain is covered by the clouds. So if it was full sun, it would be so hot. It's very humid though, so we're gonna be sweating a lot. I just hope we will get
di atas awan. Luckily this time I'm bringing my awesome team, so there's a lot of people that can cover different angles. So I don't have to stop as much as I used to when I made these hiking videos in the beginning. And that is a luxury. Plus it's a lot more fun when we go more people together. But we're only 1 kilometer in, 30 minutes, and I'm also realizing it's been a while since I've been out hiking. So here's probably the best tip I got from someone when I first started hiking in Indonesia. It was when I was hiking Kerinci with my good friend Jet and Isal, and they told me, so important when you start the hike, keep going in more or less the same pace, because if you stop and then you run, spend a lot of energy and you walk fast, you're gonna drain your energy so fast. So try and keep the same pace, not too fast, and your energy will last a lot longer. Oh yeah, the air is so cold and humid, so it's like it cools you down so fast. And totally quiet. Only the sound of Ejak and Eka going. And not quite anymore.
Gimana rasanya?
Terlalu cepat. Terlalu cepat ini.
It is 11:30. We are 45 minutes into the hike, 1.5 kilometer, and we have made it to pos 1.
Aman. Habis ngisi perut dulu.
Hah?
Ngisi perut dulu. Makan.
Perut? Sakit perut?
Enggak, ngisi.
Oh, ngisi. Oke, istirahat dulu. I think my back is like berapa ya? 12 kilo mungkin. Bisa lah. Berat. It's so heavy, so it's pulling so much on my shoulders here. I can feel you can even see my veins here starting to pop because it's stopping the blood flow here. Wow. Okay. Yeah. More respect for the porters. Okay, cukup.
After a short break, we continued toward post 2, and we met a group of young hikers on their way down from the mountain. And they told us they had perfect weather on top. So with that motivation in mind, it was time to step on the gas and get going.
Pos 2, 1 jam 46 menit, almost 3 kilo. Nice, made it. Chris, awesome. Yes, mantap. Tidak terlalu panas ya, jadi enak.
Frustration. Aturan kita tuh pos 2 itu 40 menit dan di sini 25 menit. Gokil, man. Sambil konten pula ya. Sambil konten pula. face-nya terlalu super face.
Bukan face bule nih.
Face bule ini.
Nah, tuh face bule itu.
Pes gue ini. Teman-teman aja. Yang udah duluan kita kesusul.
Iya, teman-teman duluan kita susul. Padahal kita konten loh. Emang.
Okay, guys, it's 12:30. We've made it to post 2 called Tegal Jamuju. And according to our porter, Kang Heru, it's because a lot of these trees are Jamuju trees. And supposedly they are endemic here to this area. So it's really nice. It's so beautiful with the light coming through. And I think the spirit of the team is still good. Yeah, maybe we're walking a bit too fast. Actually, the porters, Ari and Hero, they are saying that normally from post 1 to post 2, it will take 1 jam or 45 minutes, I think they said, but we make it in just 30 minutes. So we're trying to do it a little bit fast, so we have more time nanti on top. So, paling penting when we stop here, get something to drink, get some snacks, so we're ready for the next boss. Guys.
Stop. My face slow.
Sampa. Actually, we expected to see a lot more trash. Normally when I go hiking, we find so much trash on the trail, but ternyata, the rangers here, they actually, after every trek, they're sweeping and collecting up trash. So that is really nice. We really appreciate that. And yeah, we actually bring the porter to collect trash, but yeah, surprisingly clean, so that's good. Jangan buang sampah in the forest, yeah. Gas. Yeah, we're getting warm now. Wow. So, actually for this trip, I'm bringing a new watch. This is a Garmin Instinct 3 limited edition, new yellow color. I love the Instinct for these trips because it doesn't matter if I hit a tree or whatever, nothing is gonna happen to it. Saman. And tonight when it's dark in the tent, I can use the torch.
Ayo guys, cuma 5 menit lagi.
Wah, your life.
You life. It's actually you life.
Between post 2 and post 3, the trail became a lot steeper. Several sections required extra effort and a lot more careful footing. But thankfully, ropes have been installed along the most challenging parts, making the climb much safer. Everyone was still in great spirits and full of energy. But by then, our bodies were starting to ask for some fuel. And it was the perfect time to stop for lunch. Our porters had prepared lunch boxes for us, and after a delicious meal and a short rest, it was time to continue. Because on a hike like this, you're always racing against the setting sun. And once darkness falls, the temperature drops quickly, making the climb much tougher. We expected to feel refreshed and ready to continue, but that wasn't exactly what happened. Instead, our bodies became surprisingly tired and sluggish. Every step felt a little heavier, and the trail suddenly seemed much steeper than before. As our bodies focused on digesting the food, it felt like all of our energy had disappeared.
There always comes a moment during your hike when you think to yourself, why am I doing this? And now is one of those moments. Guess we will find out.
Why you leave your cozy bed in the hotel?
Why did I leave my nice resort and my cozy bed? For walking up a mountain?
By the time we reached post 4, our energy had fully returned. My team and I are naturally a little competitive, so once we regained our energy, we challenged ourselves to reach the campsite a little faster.
Nah, look what we found.
a special berry. Mana ya? Oh, harus hati-hati, ada duri ya. Au! Sudah, au. Mana ada? Wait, cari dulu. Nah. Au! Au! Duri. Nah, ini namanya beretean. Small berry like this. Aman to eat, yeah? Safe to eat. This one is still a little bit young, I think. But ayo, tes dulu. The young one.
Itu kurang matang, jadi asam.
Ini asam. Ah! Ada yang I have to find another one. That one. Mana? Ah! Okay. Wow, look at this one. This one will hopefully taste a lot better. Tes dulu. Oh, enak. Masih sedikit asam, still a bit bitter, but manis juga. Wah, enak. 5 bintang. Lanjut.
By the time we reached post 5, we were already more than 2,000 meters above sea level. At this altitude, every breath delivers only about 3/4 of the oxygen you'd get at sea level, making every step feel just a little bit more demanding. And there we saw that the trail was covered with white flowers, almost making it look like the forest had been covered in snow.
With a little bit of luck, we'll arrive at the campsite in 2 hours. We have to be fast because normally it will take minimum 2.5 hours to get to the campsite from here, but we will try to be fast and get there before 7 o'clock. Now it is 5:20, so gas ball. Oh yeah.
As the afternoon goes on, the light changes completely. Warm rays of sunlight filter through the trees, giving the forest a completely different atmosphere.
Oh, gonna sleep amazing in the tent tonight.
Definitely.
But you know what? This is actually one of the more fun mountains I've tried. I think because it's challenging, but it's not like, fuck, I cannot make it challenging. And we're also lucky we don't have any rain. We don't have like these super steep parts. It's, keeps going up, but like, plan. So it's a, I think, good beginner mountain, maybe? Yeah. Maybe my first kind of beginner mountain. It's fun. Woo! Gas!
Okay, let's go.
This is why I like my team. Never complain, always just gas throws. Yeah, babe, I'm coming! Pas 7 jam 6. Wow, what a view.
You made it.
Hey guys. Wow, guys. Made it. 6 o'clock. Bus here, and we made it just in time to see the sun set over the horizon. It is getting really cold now, so I need to put on a shirt, and it's time to put on our headlamps, and then camping and enjoy the view of the full moon. It's a good day on the Sabang Sama Merauke journey. Oh my god. Woo! That is a nice view. Woo. And we're so lucky it's not too windy.
Yeah.
Actually, there's no wind at all. If there was wind, it would be so cold. Tinggi lagi. Gas. Oh, it's steep now. What time is it? 6:30. Not too bad, actually. We're at 2,585 meters. 10 kilometers of hiking today. That's awesome. Masih kuat, Vi?
Masih dong.
Gas.
It had been an incredibly long day. After hours of trekking, the temperature had dropped and the cold was starting to set in. Fortunately, we had finally made it. We had reached the campsite.
Reis, we made it! Thank you. We made it. 7 o'clock. 2,688 meters. And the tents are set up. Our chef will make the food. I'm so happy. You got. Oh, you made it. Ngops dulu. Assalamualaikum. Ada sini juga. Bi, you made it. Welcome.
Nice.
Okay. So happy to sit in my tent. Now I will open my mattress, put on my warm clothes, so we can sit here and drink warm coffee and don't be cold, eat together. It's gonna be luar biasa. So change dulu. I almost cannot overcome changing, but must. I will see you in a few minutes. Nada. It's 7:30. We've made it to post 8. I've now changed warm socks, extra socks, innerwear, 3 shirts. Now just comfortable.
Yeah.
Good, yeah?
Good.
And our chef here has made a very nice snacks for us. And my Garmin was just saying I've burned 4,300 calories. So this is perfect. I don't know exactly what it is. It looks like caramelized bananas with chocolate and keju. Don't know if it's manis, but I'm pretty sure it's super extra manis. Oh yeah. This is gold. Okay. If I finish this portion, I think I already consumed the 4,000 calories lagi. Wow, this is an amazing starter. And we're waiting for the guys to cook our dinner.
Menu malam ini apa, Kang? Untuk malam ini rendang sama tempe goreng, sambal. Lalabannya biasa timun lah.
Perfect ending. Perfect ending to a perfect day.
But the biggest surprise of the day was yet to come. I had heard that the hiking permit here was one of the most expensive in Java. And at first I couldn't understand why. But after talking with my porters, I realized there was much more to it. You might be surprised what the permit actually covers.
This is very interesting to hear because suddenly now I don't mind if the simaksi is higher. Karena saya baru tahu itu buat the salary, gaji, ranger, dan juga untuk bersih
gunung. 60.000 mobil, 50.000 booking online, 90.000 baru ke base camp.
Nah, 90.000
itu diurai lagi, dibagi yang 20.000 cek medis,
bagi lagi buat sertifikat
asuransi. Jadi paling kami tuh bersihnya itu paling di 40.000, 50.000. Jadi
seperti di sosmed lah, kan? Pada yang bilang saudara si maksimal mahal. Tapi ketika dicek orang tersebut belum pernah naik ke sini. Nah, terus ada juga yang membela teman-teman yang udah naik ke sini, ternyata si maksi segitu tuh kita dapat ranger, kenyamanan di trek, keamanan segala macam terjamin. Dari pihak pengelola tuh lebih care ke pendaki.
Betul.
Seperti itu. Termasuk larangan untuk TikTok di sini.
TikTok nggak boleh.
Yang kita harapan itu keselamatan pendaki, bukan masalah di uang.
Khususnya di weekend yang hari-hari rame itu 5-6 ranger itu pasti naik. Jaga takut ada yang terkena kayak kalau musim hujan kan banyak yang hipotermia atau apa gitu. Jadi udah ditanganin sama ranger langsung. Ranger sini banyak yang sering gendong.
Oh iya.
Gendong orang. Harus. Itu tanpa meminta bayaran, Nak.
Oh, tidak
harus membayar, tapi itu pun gimana sih yang ditolongnya itu. Kami tidak meminta tarif sekian, enggak. Kalau di jalur sini udah langsung tanganin, enggak ngitung-ngitung gini.
Dari puncak juga pernah.
Dari puncak juga pernah.
Oh iya.
Ya, gendong orang.
Siapa? Mas Ibnu.
Bukan.
Tapi
gimana kalau orangnya berat banget?
Kita gantian. Seumpama ada 4 ranger, kita gantian per satu pos.
Jadi besok kalau saya tidak mau jalan ke bawah, bisa.
Langsung aja sih.
Ojek ya.
Tapi kalau kebanyakan sih pas turun. Makanya kalau di jalur di sini kan per 3 bulan sekali kita sweeping sampah, kita bersih sampah. Sengaja itu kami kayak saya kan maaf ya, bukannya ini saya koordinatornya, saya koordinator rangernya. Kayak nugasin umpama 3-4 orang 3 bulan sekali naik, sengaja turunin sampah dari sini. Jadi sampah di sini tuh nggak akan numpuk. Khusus di jalur sini gitu. Kita base camp kenapa harus di bawah gitu ya? Kami memberdayakan masyarakat seperti supir-supir, warga-warga yang punya warung di sekitarnya itu ikut menikmati pendakian ini. Kalau kita bikin base campnya di atas kan
nggak ada.
Supir mau nggak ada. 2019 pertama pengajuan sama cari jalur.
Oh iya, oke.
Cari jalur. 2020 itu di cek. Baru lama 2 tahun kalau nggak salah sih 2 tahun. Kalau dari pos 5 ke sini sampai puncak itu jalur baru. Sebenarnya kalau dulu itu ada jalur lama yang dari pos 5 ke
I was amazed.
tapi bukan ke sini.
The base camp rangers and porters don't just carry bags and guide you, but they keep the mountain clean and keep all of us safe. By 11 o'clock the temperature had dropped to freezing, and we went to sleep beneath the stars.
Selamat pagi.
Pagi yang dingin, guys.
Pagi yang sangat wow.
Dingin banget. It's so cold. We're all freezing so much. Now just got some hot tea. It's almost 3 o'clock.
Bang, rotinya bang nih.
And yeah, gonna eat a little bit of bread.
Gabung aja sama.
And then we got 2.5 hours to go to the summit. Iris. Hey, selamat pagi. Kan. Sebentar lagi kita summit.
Boleh.
Masih dingin. Berapa derajat sekarang?
Berapa derajat kita?
Gak tahu gue. Udahlah. Oke, kita makan dulu, guys.
And I keep it inside of my sleeping bag.
Genius.
Pro tip. Alright. Selamat pagi. It's 3:47. The guys are ready and it's time for summit attack. It's around 3 degrees. It's freezing cold. So luckily, it's no wind, but still dingin banget. So let's go. We got 2.5 hours to the top. Gas.
We were all running on very little sleep. Our bodies were exhausted, but our mission wasn't over yet. This was the moment we had to come together as a team, keep lifting each other up, and make sure no one lost their spirit.
Guys, it's 4:30. We're at 2,841 meters, and everyone is struggling a little bit. It's so cold, and all of us couldn't really sleep because we were all freezing. When you haven't gotten a lot of sleep and you're already tired, you want to hike to the top, you feel like your heart rate is going a lot higher than it actually is. For example, my heart rate right now is 84, 90 when we're walking, but it feels like it's at 150. So yeah, you lose your breath so fast. So it's getting more and more steep now. We're almost at the top. So yeah, now is the time to push. Let's go. Really have to focus now. Hungry, tired, and we can smell the sulfur now. It's so strong. It actually makes me worried when we can smell sulfur, because it reminds me that we are hiking an active stratovolcano. And I recently saw a documentary on Netflix on some people that went to a volcano and it went really bad. So pro tip, don't watch movies like that before hiking a volcano.
As we got closer to the summit, the landscape changed completely. Suddenly the trail became nothing but loose gravel and rocks, making every step more slippery. You have to be very careful. The combination of exhaustion and altitude can leave you feeling dizzy. This is where fatigue starts affecting your judgment, and that's often when mistakes can happen.
Oh my god. Oh my god. We are here. Race. We made it. Oh, and the sun is coming up. Ah. Woo.
Yes,
Oh.
be careful. We made it.
Oh, I can see the crater. All right, we made it here to the Puncak and Gunung Ciremai, the roof of West Java. Just as the sun is coming up, it's completely clear. We can see, oh, it's just peeking up over the horizon now. It's been so cold, so if you come here, bring a lot of warm clothes. We had 3 degrees at the base camp, and so always bring a lot of extra snacks and be careful because it is really steep here. Especially when you come here to the top, one wrong step and not even Baby JS can help you. So, hati-hati. Woo!
Reaching the summit may be the goal, but the journey isn't over until everyone makes it back safely. We barely feel our tired legs from the excitement of reaching the top. And as we descended, we realized that beautiful elderflowers were growing all around us. Something we haven't even noticed during our ascent in the dark. A gentle reminder that nature still has a way of rewarding those who keep going. So whether you hike alone or with a team, every mountain has something to teach us. I've always enjoyed hiking solo, but some adventures are simply better when they're shared. Know your limits, respect the nature, leave nothing behind but footprints, and take nothing but memories. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, they picked up a house. Cat, they picked up.
Kamu so sweet deh yang.
Let's go, 1, 2, 3.
Guys, kita lewat jalur mana? Ada rehe. Oh, ada rehe.
Kita pelan-pelan, yang penting cepet.
Lebih cepat, nanti potong gaji.
Run!
Parah banget liatin kelakuannya. Parah sih.
Mamang twist dulu.
Nggak apa-apa. Nanti ini potong gaji kan?
Iya. Jangan sekali ikat itu jangan dimasukin. Sampai pelan-pelan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillah.
Again. Wait. Again.
Bagus, lebih bagus. Wait, the view looks so good. Woo! Ayo gojek ke puncak. Oh, ke puncak.
Mau pulang.
2, 3 yuk. Oh, shit. Wah.
Bro, aku nggak mau go. Lu duluan.